Here are the top 6 reasons why I think the Toronto real estate market is very resilient. Disagree? Change my mind in the comments below. Let's break it down. These are 6 facts backed by evidence and data, which I believe to be undeniably true. The first thing you want to look at and understand is panic. How does the Toronto real estate market respond to panic? Because if you want to look at panic and see quick response, a great way to see it is in the stock market. Let me tell you why. You see, on January 31st, the Trump administration was promising to put a 25% tariff on Canada. This created a lot of stress for many individuals, thinking they would lose their jobs, and of course the stock market showed its pretty face with 767 points lost between January 31st and February the 2nd. People will typically, with bad news, bad headlines, react, and the stock market allows you to sell all your holdings pretty quickly. Unlike the real estate market, even if there are bad headlines, you can't sell your house within 5 minutes. There's a very long process, and probably for good reason, because your house or your condo is a huge asset, and you would hate to have lost a lot of money by making an emotional decision. So, the first point is that the real estate market does not react as quickly to bad news as everything else. Number 2, owning a home in Toronto is a dream. For many people, it's a top major list of what they desire to have at a certain age and time. Now, it could be a condo, it could be a home, but the point is that many people are not into the New York style rental scene. While it's glorified and it's cool if you choose to do so, the problem with that is that rent becomes very expensive. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't rent. I'm just saying for majority of people, buying real estate is what they want. Now, immigration numbers. This is a point number 3. Immigration numbers have been always a very important aspect of Canada. Canada is a very large geographical country, and unfortunately, we don't have nearly enough people as we do, for example, in the States. So we have immigration come. However, in the past few years, immigration numbers were through the roof. And recently, they've been cutting those immigration numbers down, and a lot of immigrants left. Has the market crashed? No, it hasn't. Is it going to crash? I mean, it's very tough to make a speculation like that. What I think is going to happen is the rent's going to soften, especially in the downtown core. I think landlords are going to have a harder time finding tenants as they did before, but it's not going to cause a real estate market crash. Point number 4, unemployment. This is a very important stat. Bank of Canada looks at the stat very carefully. So does the Stats Canada and our government. This essentially measures how many people are unemployed in our economy. Now, the thing is, if you look at unemployment as a source of indication of what the average real estate price will be for any given year, you're going to be sorely disappointed that there's no real correlation. And let me explain why. You see, November 2024 is a very similar unemployment rate to 2017. But would you say that 2017 prices are a reflection of 2024 November prices? Absolutely not. In Toronto, the detached home has gone up from 804 when unemployment in 2017 was the same as 2024 November to 1.123 million. And don't forget, this all happened with COVID, printing of money, inflation, and etc. The thing is that it's very important to understand that people will continue to buy real estate if there is a way to make money out of it long term. Not speculation, not what we're seeing in the Toronto condo market. I'm talking people who buy primary residence for themselves and eventually upgrade up the ladder. Number 5, Toronto has some of the highest paying jobs. And this is obviously open to speculation. A lot of people are leaving Toronto for America for higher paid jobs, and I can't disagree with that. But when we're looking at Canada between Vancouver and Toronto, Toronto has a good tech hub. There's a lot of great paying jobs. 6-figure salaries are very common. And number 6, renting is expensive. If you can live with your parents, save up for it. Because unfortunately, while the rental market may soften because of the immigration numbers cooling down, I don't think that we're going to see a stable rent market that's going to be sitting at a flat line zone. Unfortunately, rent is going up, and it has been going up as per this chart for a lot of years. And as long as we have immigrants coming into Canada, we're going to see rents go up. Because look, the matter of huge importance here is that the building of homes, they cannot be built quickly enough. And while there's going to be always a major shortage of supply and a major demand, rent will always go up until we see a level playing field or an equilibrium where there's enough units of rental for everybody and for home ownership. Then I think the rent will start to stabilize. Until then, it's an open market and the market is hungry. If you guys have any questions or you want to discuss this in the comments below, I'm all ears. Have a good one.